came to the Macallan in 1998 and stayed with the Macallan all the way through since then. So it's the longest time I've been with any particular product, but it's one that I've thoroughly enjoyed working with all those years. Been a real privilege. My initial role was as global brand controller, and then in 2002 I was asked to look at developing the super premium, or the top end of the Macallan. We've always been very fortunate in having quite extensive stocks of some very old and rare Macallan, many of which had never really seen the light of day. In 2002, I started working on a range of vintage single malt whiskies from Macallan, which we call the fine and rare range. Later, I was introduced to Lalique of France, because we were very keen to develop a series of decanters with them, would celebrate each of the, what we call the 6 pillars of the Macallan. These are the elements which really make the Macallan distinctive and give it the character that it has and is appreciated around the world. Start of a journey which culminated on Sunday with this auction here. All based on the 6 pillars of the Macallan. The first one here on the right-hand side was released in 2005 and celebrates the exceptional oak casks of the Macallan and was filled with a 50-year-old Macallan. The second one celebrated the natural colour of the Macallan, was introduced in 2007 with a slightly older whisky, 55 years old. Third one celebrated the finest cut of the Macallan, and that was filled with 57-year-old Macallan in 2009. The fourth one, and you can tell this from the shape of the decanter, celebrated the curiously small stills of the Macallan, and that was filled with a 60-year-old Macallan and was introduced in 2011. The fifth one here, introduced in 2013, so getting consistently older, and celebrates the house at the Macallan, Easterocky's house, our spiritual home. The final one here, which celebrates the precious drop of the Macallan itself, filled with 65-year-old whisky, was introduced in 2015. Oldest whisky here was filled into cask in April 1945, and the youngest whisky was filled in March 1952. So these represent some of the oldest and rarest stocks we have. And I think importantly, the character of the Macallan at that time was quite different from modern day Macallan. It was smokier in style than we are. So in a way they represent a liquid history, a style of Macallan which would have been known in those days, but which has now disappeared in modern day Macallan.